everyone. This is my first time going out of the house in a very, very long time. I just finished my self-isolation on the weekend and now it's Monday. So this is a very strange feeling for me to be outside. I have the most busy week of my life because I rearranged loads of the stuff I've missed, like loads of the clinics and things I've missed for this week. So I basically have like full days every day. Okay, it's getting busy. I found this clinic so interesting because the doctor was using ultrasound to look at the follicles in people's ovaries. So I think the black circle on this image is a follicle, and that basically releases the egg. The doctors can give medications that kind of control the menstrual cycle, and then they monitor it and see if there is a viable follicle. They can like take it for IVF or whatever. But yeah, I love the clinic, very interesting. And then I went to get some lunch, just a meal deal from Tesco. I'm a humble boy. And then I had another clinic. Oh, hi guys. You seem a little bit confused. Well, let me just explain what I'm doing. I am on a date with the New Scientist magazine. No, but seriously, I'm very honoured that this video is sponsored by New Scientist. I feel honoured because when I was preparing for my medical school interviews, I would go to my school library and read each subscription of the New Scientist just to try and get more up to date on science news. So yes, I am honoured to be on a date with New Scientist right now. But if you don't know what New Scientist is, it is a weekly digital and print magazine. The magazine I have is a coronavirus special, but New Scientist will write about anything related to science or technology. So even though this is a coronavirus special, there's still like an article on alien life, which I am very interested in, and also on like overfishing to meet the global demand for seafood. I know that a lot of you guys are in med school, and I think the magazine is a great tool to support medical studies. They've been covering the pandemic throughout the whole period. They cover new discoveries on diet and mental health. So I think it's just really great to provide a wider context that sometimes we don't really get taught in med school. One thing that I just really appreciate about New Scientist is, especially nowadays, there is so much misinformation on the internet, and it's hard to know, oh, like, is this true? Is this just some random made-up pseudoscience? But the New Scientist uses expert writers, so you know what you're reading is verified and reliable. Subscription also gives you access to the archived issues digitally, so you can go back and read issues from like 10, 20, 30 years ago, which again is just very interesting and another perk of a subscription. Anyway, if you like the sound of that, you can click the link in my description to get 10 magazines for £10. That's a really good deal. Thank you again to New Scientist, and let's get back to the video. I have been waiting in this room for 30 minutes. So apparently no one knows where this doctor is, and he might be doing the clinic from home. No one really knows. But I think he's probably doing it from home and just no one told me, which is fine. This is life as a med student. You kind of just get used to turning up to things and finding out they're cancelled 30 minutes later. But it's fine because I did stuff this morning, so I don't feel too bad. If I just travelled in for this and it was cancelled, I'd probably try and find something else to do, but I don't have the energy to go and like fight to find something to do. I'm just gonna go home. Okay, so I just finished my clinic and just had a meal deal for lunch. But for the clinic, I was with this gynecologist who was so inspiring. Like, sometimes you just meet a doctor and you're like, you are just amazing and I want to be you. No, she was just very, like, really good at communicating to patients, and she was really good at teaching me stuff and just very kind. So I always feel inspired by doctors like that, and it's so much nicer being with someone like that than being with a doctor who just puts you on the side and doesn't even acknowledge you, which is actually kind of common. The obs and gynae doctors have all been so like welcoming and friendly, so I really have enjoyed this rotation. This is my last week, which I'm kind of sad about. Yeah, anyway, I have another clinic now, so I am gonna head off.
been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why?
I'm really not used to having full days like this because straight after Christmas I had COVID. So for 4 weeks basically I haven't been having full days of hospital placement or studying or anything. I've kind of had 4 weeks of nothingness. So having these like, you know, long days is very unfamiliar. Right now I'm gonna listen to my friend's like, I don't know, I think he's doing like a PhD presentation or something like that. And then I'm probably gonna play on my Switch because in self-isolation, I first just played the PS4 and then when I got bored of PS4, I moved to Switch. So that has become a habit that I have been indulging in. I think the thing with playing the Switch is that I completely disconnect from reality, which sounds really super weird, but I mean that because the games are so like engaging. Oh my god, I sound like so old, but when I was a bit younger, I used to really be obsessed with League of Legends, and I remember I used to play it for like hours over summer. I would play for hours each day. Now that I started playing like video games again, it just reminds me of how much of a good escape it is. And sometimes it's necessary, you know, like if you had like a long day and you just want to like disconnect and not think about whatever it is that you're thinking about, then you can just play video games. Like that is great, I think. Okay, I just listened to my friend's presentation and it was so good. I think something that I've realized is that I have become disillusioned with science. I think it's been like a gradual thing that's happened over the last few years. I think especially in my third year, I did that whole year of neuroscience. I was in the lab a lot and I had to read a lot of scientific papers, and there was something about it that really like sucked the passion out of me. I think maybe it was because I knew I had to do all this work in order to get a good degree classification. So I really spent a lot of time like working hard. I didn't actually really like enjoy academic neuroscience, but I think with medicine, like the just volume of work and the pressure and the stress of it has just really made science feel like a chore. And also the thing with medicine is that most concepts are not difficult to understand. There's just like so much information, sort of mind numbing in a way, and that's kind of sad because I really did like science before. Hi guys, I've been playing Switch for some time and I thought I should do some work because I'm doing like a couple of dermatology projects and there's quite a lot of work to do for them. Like one of them, I need to go through 120 papers, scientific papers, and like find certain information. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So far I have done about 20. So there's 100 left. That's gonna take a long time. And another thing I'm supposed to be doing is making my notes, not this again, making my notes for my obs and gynae rotation, because when I had COVID, I didn't go to my online lectures. So I think there's about 5 or 6 classes that I need to go through, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't know. Sometimes these lectures are quite difficult to get through because if you're not actually there in real time and you're watching it back, I don't know, it's harder to engage with. I find it hard to engage with online lectures like anyway, but watching them back is even harder. I literally have only been out of isolation for less than a week and I'm just like, oh, you know, should be doing X, Y, and Z, like hurry up, let's go. And really I think it's probably fine for me to have a little bit of a break and be a little bit easier on myself. Like I can be quite unforgiving with myself. Like if I haven't done stuff, I'll just be like, oh, you stupid boy, like get to work. And that's not always the best attitude to have. Anyway, let's do some work.
This just isn't it. Want to give a shit. It just all repeats. No, I'm not complete. I just cycle through my bad habits. I sit back and let my life happen. hours away. I got no excuse.
Sorry about the toilet noise. I literally don't know where I am. So I'm in a new hospital for this theatre thing. Should I just film myself like normally? This always happens whenever I go to a new place. I went to reception and they're kind of just like, yeah, go upstairs and then go around behind the list and then come back downstairs and then go through there and then ask someone and then go. And I'm just like, okay, thank you. So now I'm I'm trying to find a changing room. Yeah, I also don't have a locker here, so great. But okay, let's go get ready. These are these shoes that I have found for today. Very comfortable. Little catwalk. Okay, no more messing around.
Does anyone know or see anything that tends to work quite well? Do you know what kind of medicine gentamicin is? But also the least side effects of Kefenmet or Comox. If they're allergic to penicillin, then clindamycin. They're really interesting.
Okay, so I didn't film an outro to the video, which is really becoming a problem, so I'm gonna film one now and add it in. I was just gonna say that this week of med school felt really busy, but I think actually this was quite normal last year before COVID. I used to have like most days you'd have to go to hospital and have classes as well. And I remember leaving hospital like a lot at like 5 or 6 p.m, which is very rare these days because our placements are, our placement time is cut down quite a lot. It was kind of strange to go back into that routine just for that week of being very busy, but it was also kind of, I don't know, it felt very reminiscent of pre-COVID times. So it was just like, I don't know. It was a strange week. It was a busy week. And I can't say I didn't like it because actually I think having that busyness and structure was kind of nice in a way. It made me forget about COVID a little bit as much as possible. So yeah, it was actually a good week, even though it was busy, and I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!